Hi, it's evening, it's 23, also a quarter to 12, but we have still the 27th of November, and that's the day when my twins got born. Also in the night, I promise also to make extra cake. I will do that tomorrow. Today I really was a little bit loading my batteries. First I was cleaning and cleaning, then I was a little bit loading my batteries with the sunlight, and I had to go to bring all the empty glass bottles away, otherwise, they can easily break and the dogs get hurt or I get hurt. I still have hair scarves, and so it's became late like then when I got bored, give birth to the twins. I had at that time, maybe you will see, long hair, dark hair, also black hair, but if my husband would have let me make it blonde, it would have looked like this. So I started a long time today which wig I shall wear, and I wanted to wear no wig, but it's kind of not fair. I want to be a nice, beautiful mommy, and the disease made that my head form, the shape of my head is no more the same. They are seeded away parts of it, and I also took something which is nice for children, but I'm not a pedophile. I'm just showing now to my Chiara Mia Mare the album of the birth of my twins, and I will do the cupcakes again. Yesterday I had to hurry up, to be there ready with the cupcakes, get dressed like the way my son would allow it. Like this, maybe he would not allow it, and I had to do that all and hurry up so much. So then I didn't want. It's different to if I cook for myself or if I cook for other people. If I cook in front of a camera, or if I cook myself, sometimes I try with the fingers. Yes, I like to try out if it's enough sugar or not enough, bitter mandel almond or enough vanilla, and then I try sometimes. And when you make that in front of a camera, you take a spoon. That's things, it's different. Or then making the cake with the, I had always really the problem that it got wet, so the cream came up out, but you have to press like this and make the cake, and the cream came up here all the time, and I had to do that cream somewhere and to dry the hands. But at the end I fight it, and I had it. But I've done it all myself. I can prove that easily tomorrow, but it's also money. It costs so much money. It costs so much butter, and the mascarpone is also not cheap. And I will have to no more to eat for a long time to save that money. But I will do the cupcakes again. They are tasty. My daddy also liked the cake. That's the most important. My daddy liked the cake. My daughter liked the cake. No one complained about it. They said just it was too much, but my parents, they wanted a big cake, So I said my dad can now live from this month till Christmas. And now it's really a quarter to 12, and I had to clean the kitchen. I can also show this now. Before I restart, I just wanted to restart also the ground. I had to clean everything again before I can do new mess, Then we can start new trial, also not a new trial, I did the other cake, and do it tomorrow. But today I just wanted to say I'm not a mean person, and I gave the name Chiara, and I really studied a long time, and I found out, they said, how is it spelled? And I said, Q-U, Yara. I'm not, but it can also be written C-H, Chiara, like my name, Kristen, C-H. It could also be written like that, but I said Q-U-I-R. Anyways, I show now this album, and I hope we have even light, and we look that together. It's all in another way. I already showed that, and I studied why it's suddenly twins, because here it was not yet twins. It was, you can see only one child, one child, one child, one, but it came out two, and I studied when. Here you see two, here you see two, here you see clearly. Here also you see two faces, one from above, one from down, like they would kiss each other. They're lying on each other, I don't know. Here you see only one child. Here you see like two. Here is also something. I'm not a doctor, you know, I cannot. It's so funny, that things. But it came out then like this. I think I must have it that way, so that you can see it. I made this myself at that time. We were renovating the house, the 300-year old house from my husband, and we made that room for the Marilyns, for her. And I was never aware that she's also the same sign like me, Schütze. I have birth on the 12th, and I was not aware anymore that she's also Schütze. Schütze is that girl that rides a horse with a armbrust. She's born on 27th November 1999 at 22:55, so 5 before 11, nearly 11, you know. And I made that for them in the Karin Julia Stadlin was my doctor, but she didn't came. She was going out at that time. And I hope you see these things. Here you can open that. That is from the hospital that they have on the arms, here on the arm. And yes, I'm wearing her pyjama, the Marilyn pyjama. Only this, she should not know this, because when she knows, she gave that away, and then I could not give that away. I keep it for me. I'm not pedophile, but sometimes I miss my child, and then I wear her pyjama. Not the trousers are other ones. But this is, I think, allowed to live in memories, to not forget. So, we have here all the cards, and the people came in the hospital to visit us. Very nice cards from all the family and all the people. And now you see it in the right thing, you see it, should see that. Here you see, never been two. Now they can see themselves. How cute. Bisschen not so big eyes, but big mouth. And here you see me. Again, that's why I had the long hair. And here I cut, but I had long hair. When I would have made them blonde, it would look like now, you know. And I was sweet. Not the most beautiful woman on earth, but we can also show Tanya. And Tanya was never, we were never a lesbian par, like people say, like my mom says. But once I made like a sissy dress for the fashion, and she went with me to the fashion, and I had not yet a boyfriend, and she also not. And I asked her if she could play my man, so we could go as couple. But it was for fashion, like other goes as queen, other as frog, other as knights. It's fashion only, okay? And this, now I just show her, she unfortunately died. That was her mom. I liked her mom very much. She made me once a dress for the school, for the last day of the school. And she's our mom self. She has also become mom. She married before I married. She got really married with a man of Spain, and she became 2 children, the Nerea and another one, and the Nerea is holding my child here, my Marilyn. But there was in the hospital also that other one, which I had to leave there, because Theo didn't want, said he'd only pay for 1 girl, not for 2. And you see, she has very, very swollen cheeks here, and suddenly one of them had here a bowl, like a tennis bowl, like really a bowl, like a bowl. I cannot say, like a ping pong tennis ball was just here suddenly. And that's why I only saw her like this, but I think they made it. I just show once how beautiful children I have. Even they don't like, I don't care now. That was my family, Theo, Carmen, Simon, Marilyn. So, yeah, we could also sell it. Look how sweet children I have. And she's doing so well. She's now a teacher, working, and the son is studying. And they're all working and studying. And this was our Peanuts here, the little dog. The little dog. Do I have that lightning? I bought extra this light to, I don't know if it brings something, you know. I bought this light here for the camera. Maybe that is helping a little bit. I want to become more professional. And I just promised to show that, you know, I made, this was a very old thing. I bought that in a second-hand shop. I made that also curtains for the sun. And here you see that the bed is this bed. This bed is, you see, that's the same bed. And the bed was a gift of my family from Germany. So this was a gift from the family of Germany from my father's side. Yes, I have that big nose. I see it all the time. Maybe I become a kakadu in my next life. Who knows? Don't look at my nose now. As soon as I have money and I'm free, I will let it operate away. Then I make a nose like Marilyn Monroe, like this. So it was our family bed. And how it came to that sexy photos, that was when I left the family and when I got separated from my husband. And then I went to here. I could take the bed with me because my family gave that. When we separated, we split it, you know. He brought in the marriage the farm. He didn't want to cut the farm or didn't want to sell the farm because we get divorced. And then we came to the conclusion that I get back what I brought in that marriage and he gets back what he brought in that marriage. And the bed was a gift from my side families, so I could take that with me. See, that's fair. And he could keep his farm. When I would have been a mean woman, I would have said, you sell now the farm to pay me a house, for example. But I accepted that. But then the other people who feel so pity with Theo must also accept that my family bought that bed. And I myself bought then the other furniture which were fitting to this bed, you know. Okay, they have to accept it. And then how we came to the sexy photos when I was here. I was just going once with, to Zug, to the casino, in a restaurant, and saw the very beautiful woman, and was asking if she would be accepting that I'm making pictures of her, like I would be a photographer. But I was not, I was a hobby photographer. And I just saw that she's such a beautiful woman, and I said I will give her as a gift, I will pay her for making the pictures, I will give her a dress, jewelry, and a lady's bag, maybe also not the shoes, not. And then she accepted. But then when we already made the pictures, it came out that she was only 17, not 18. And she said that only then when it was made already, so I could never sell the pictures. I gave it just to her. So that's why I kept them like a secret, just private at my home. Private. I didn't sell them. She didn't sell them, or if she sold them, I don't know, when she was then 18. That's how they made such a big deal about that bed. Then she had her girlfriend also wanted to make that sexy photos in that bed, and then I made with them that photos. It was with a dress. It was like a miss, you know, a dress like a evening dresses. It was not even a bikini. It was not naked photos. No naked, no bikini, no underwear, no. It was only an evening dress. Long, the blonde woman in long, and she in short, but evening dress, Chinese evening dress. It has nothing, I was not there pimp, no, there was no sex involved, nothing at all, just photos. But someone who maybe Putin's people or other spies, who knows who, I don't know who, found, they go sniffling around in my private things, and they found these pictures. They think we could be a pimp, it could be a model, it could be from Chinese, she stole that woman, I don't know, their fantasy goes wild till the universe, and they want always to punish me, but it was not legal because it were private pictures, just private. Kept private, never show, even. So, and now we are still here. I don't want to show too much because they don't really like that I show the pictures. So that were people from the side, that was the brother from Theo, Joseph, and his friend, also his wife, his future wife. This was my sister and my mom, my sister's man at that time. And Christmas here, my dad with the children's. So yeah, I don't show later, okay? I just show, because later is really no more. You know, it's just family photo, you know, that's all in bed, so that's kind of like, I don't need to say more. I did that already. Why I do that again and again? I should no more do this. This is the last time I'm showing these pictures. Then we are forgetting about that Chiara. Marilyn is alive. My Marilyn that was Uncle August. Very nice. So, very nice people. He gave the blessing of God to the children. The young Theo man. Yeah. No one does this, only I and my children, and the children knows, and I pay for that with hate. I get hated for that. That was me. I was a very young mother, and cut the hair always short and short as more stress I had. Very young Theo. Not the Theo from Bailin, you see, he has another nose. This was my Theo. I just have to show this. Sorry, Theo, that I have to show this, but I have to prove that Theo's Mylene's Theo is not my Theo. He looks a little bit the same. Maybe they cloned my Theo, or maybe my Theo has made a child, a son, who I don't know. I don't know, okay? That has nothing to do with me. And he made children behind my back. I don't know. Then that's his beard. I'm surely not the mom. Or when I would be the mom, they could tell me, but I don't know. I don't know the film, nothing. No, you see, we had good times, you know, we had good times. He was the baby in, he played the tractor, he could put Marilyn inside. They played with her like with a baby doll, with a doll. Not a sex baby doll, a doll, how is it called? Just baby doll, baby, just, you know, it's so complicated. This was Susan. This was Werner, an uncle, also an uncle from my Theo. This was Susan, my best friend at that time. Not lesbian friend, best friend, just friend. Men have also friends. This was the Tonya again. Also my best friend from school times. But no more at that time was Susan my best friend. She was also living in the same town and she came often to us. That's the parents of Theo. And I wrote here all the things, so that this Segnung for Marilyn. I made always cakes, you know, I gave my best. And that was the man of the Tanya, so no, we were not lesbian, just like the new Dracula film, you know, the man, he really plays this Tanya. He make really her face. She was my best friend. I don't know why she died, and I'm not even sure if she died. When I was a Glosha, when I could no more pay the hotel in the January. So now in the last Sylvester, I had to go out of this flat because poison gas came. And I went to Rome because I was just gaga. When poison gas comes, your brain just doesn't work. And I took the last money and went to Rome. I don't know what. I wanted to pray to the Pope or God. Or both. I think always when you're really in an evil situation, you can use every help you get. And then when I went back, then I happened very bad things. Could not pay the hotel because of the dogs, and I was then waiting for the train back some days, sleeping outside. There where the castle is, the ancient castle in Rome. I couldn't do it to the Vatican. I never saw the Vatican, so on my way home was a very special situation. I stood an angel, a nun, looking like Tonya, but with a nice nose. So when I make a nose operation, it also look like me, but you cannot be sure, is she not? And I saw a nun looking like Tonya, but with a Tonya with a nose operation. So I cannot be sure if it was Tonya or not. But she was there to protect me, to not go out of the train station. It's special. Here in Europe, we don't have that normally. Because I lost the passport and everything was stolen. And there she was saying, you just take the next train and go home. Don't go to the toilet. Don't go out of this place where the trains are. And she stood there and said telepathic, don't go out, you are in danger, you're not coming back. Just take the next train. Then we all did that. I think there were also other people crying and they were in the same situation, young girls. And she was like an angel for us. And yes, we have been in danger, and someone also took money from my credit card account. Anyway, that was not the danger. The danger was to come home. And so we went just in the next train and went home. And this Tanya, you know, she was the, when the child get baptized, she was the replaced mother of Marilyn. Okay, that is the special thing. Look at that. She doesn't want to have anything to do with me maybe anymore, but she was so sweet. Look at that. Look at that. The baby scroll we have. Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful, beautiful pictures. Naked, we should not show that. Baby boss. And she was girl. And then here she really grew sweet. You know, I did all the curtains here. I did all the curtains. The birthday cake. Now I will try to make a better birthday cake. I did do still the same thing here. And then I should go for work again. Maybe now. Gave her a blonde doll. Here we went family walking, you know. We've been normal family. With my parents, going on a boat. My mom loved children. Family, go on this boat. Vierwaldstättersee. And for that's only talking about this. And one day I was thinking, like, one day, when I already lived here, and she was already, my Marilyn was already in the 6th class, already a teenager. Suddenly something happened that she was like, one day, really much bigger, like a head bigger, like a other girl. And here so funny things happened. One day was that the bicycle I bought her from the Migros, the bicycle got really destroyed. That happens. The bicycle was really completely destroyed, and I went to the police with that, and I said, hey, someone, my child was in danger, someone really destroyed this bicycle, and I made Anzeige claiming against unknown person. And people say that I'm dumb, but now I say that that the police themselves also react like that. There are situations when things happen to the police, and I looked how they handled that things, and they handle the same. They make claim against unknown persons. So it's not dumb, it's normal thing to react. There are situations when you cannot do more. Look how beautiful she was. Or she still is. That we don't know. That is the thing why I was crying. Because there, the bicycle of the girl was like really destroyed. And I asked myself what was going with the girl, but she didn't say anything. And in school also often happens that on Fridays often I had to get her out of school because she would not come home. They had always gymnastics on the Friday till 5 o'clock. She didn't come home, so I had always to go to the school and get her out there. She was locked in. I don't know why and they stole her backpackage for school package. And she said men came and filmed them, and men came and stole her backpackage, and men make her scared. And I said, why you always the last? Why you not hurry up and go with the others out? And I don't know. And we had that same situation when I was in the fourth class. Then also people came and filmed us while we had showering. So the same situation, just a generation further still. And I made a reclamation also to the teachers and to the cleaner of the schoolhouse. So this one helped me to get the child out in the back package so she could do her homeworks. You know, without homeworks, of course, that girl would fall back in the school and would become dumb. And that's why I talk over this. There are children out there like mine, which would be intelligent enough to study. But when they get tortured from men, from really men who should have nothing to do in the school, I'm even for that schools are just locked in, not really locked in, but when things like this happens, yeah, then that man comes and scares children, then there is a special situation. And yeah, I did what I could to save the child, you know, because when a child has not the homeworks, because a man stole the homeworks and the key out of the homework, maybe I would always give her a key when I was working, so she could come in, and exactly that key got stolen. And she always looked to that, but only then and she had gymnastics, she would leave the key and the back package with the school things there, you know. And when it gets stolen, yeah, then she could also no more go in the flat, and she didn't dare to tell me this. So I really had to always get her from the school. And I'm for that, they say helicopter moms, but I recommend exactly that if a mom has time, that moms should not work till the children are big enough to really look for themselves. Moms should really bring the children into school and get them from school. When at least they should be at home and realize when the child is not coming home. You know, that's really a evil situation which we have had. And then was this class when the whole class goes somewhere, and they went to swimming, and they went over a hill to Zurich, to the Alpamare, to the right water park, and they had to go with the bicycle. And I was so much scared of this trip. I made a theater and I said, please don't go. I buy you whatever you want. Go on the trip. I have bad feelings. I have dreamed bad. That something very bad happens to you. And we did everything. The bicycle was okay. We brought that to the not dentist, to the person who makes the bicycles. And that trip also really happened something. Someone must have hit her on the bicycle. The air went out, and she had to walk the hill, over that hill to Zurich, to that Alpamare, and she didn't want. I really was, before that trip, I was crying and said, please don't go on that trip. And she said, I'm old enough, I go on that trip even if I die. I never forget that. Even if I die, you let me go on that trip. I'm old enough, I want to go with the class to the trip. And I said, but if you die, please stay home. Just we say you are ill and you don't go. But she did really want to go, and really bad things happens also. And she said a man with a car came then and helped her, and I'm not sure if this was a bad help or there she got changed out. So there was then the time, and suddenly we had a task force in school. Things were happening in school, bad things also. Then we got that task force, which was good. And suddenly one day my child was one head bigger. She came home, a girl went nearly same height like me, and a girl with a head bigger than me came home. What shall I do? And she said, I'm Marilyn. And I said, you're not Marilyn. And at that time, I did no more know about Chiara. I had that traumas. I have so many traumas in my head. I have so many things, very bad things happens in my head, that the head, you know, it's like, the head is like a computer. And when you have something very bad things, he makes that, you have that hidden storage files. That storage, you can hide some pictures, for example, make a ordner which you don't see on the screen. You just hide the ordner. You must do something to get the ordner back to see the pictures. And your brain is like that. When things happen very bad, they can hide it. somewhere, but it's not lost, it's just somewhere hidden. You don't really remember till something happens like a shock, and then this flashes up, this opens, this pops up in your memory, like in computer would pop up suddenly. And at that time I did, when that very big girl came and said, I'm Marilyn, and I said, no, never, are you twins? The face is the same. And also the teeth, I had to pay the dentist for her because her teeth suddenly had here a hole like Vanessa May. I see that. Here the teeth would have a split. And then suddenly was something different with the teeth. They were suddenly beautiful or not. So and then at that time I realized, are they cheating me? Are they two girls? Are they twins? And they're making jokes about me. Sometimes it's this girl here, sometimes the other girl. And I should have made pictures or photo or film, I don't know. And that's why I'm still studying over these dramatical things in my life. Are there 3 children? Did one die? Is one Gorda 66? Or is Gorda 66 also a victim found in the desert? Suddenly got she the face of one of my Marilyns? I said, it's for me now, and I have 2 Marilyn. I didn't give birth to 3 children. So, but Gorda 66 looks a little bit, please, Gorda, forgive me. I still love you like you would be a child of me, a Marilyn. I gave birth to you, but I also don't want to be held for an idiot. I don't want to be that the people think I'm dumb or an idiot. I just am a shocked woman who had shocked after shocks. And I must study all these things to become very healthy in my head, and also to be taken for sure from the other people. So it could be, when you look at the hair, where the hair is, it looks like my Marilyn, that Gorda 66. But her eyes are already bigger and different. But she looks like she had a very big accident. She could, and there are 2 possibilities. She's my Marilyn. She had that big accident and the cancers and that operations all, and maybe she was on that bicycle that got really pressed between a wall and the door, or a car, or under a LKW. We don't know. I don't know what happens. But she could be that girl and she needed operations. Or she could be someone else and they took my girl, maybe on that trip to the Alpamare. They stole my girl and killed my girl and took the skin and the hair. So they took a scalp. They took the skin and the hair from my Marilyn and killed my Marilyn to save that Gorda 66. This is one possibility. The other, she is one of my Marilyns. Because when you look at the hair, it's the same, you know. And this makes, I'm crazy. But I can only say it was so good that I could be there, and she is studying one of the bigger one. Or they grow just, and I didn't realize it. I don't know, you know, I don't know. She's just happy. I'm happy too. She doesn't want to live with me because I show these things and talk over it, and they say always I'm peinlich, but for my own head here, I have to study over these things. There I was just sitting and all is fine, and pretending all is fine. No one would ever talk from my family over that Gorda 66 or over that twin girl I had to leave in that hospital. No one would talk over it. But that Susan here, when I showed, she was at that time also in that house there, and once she went to Philippines, she's from there. And one day was when I could no more move myself. At that time, when they were really small babies. And one Marilyn was the whole day sitting on my head, and then the evening I could move again. But my husband said at that time, I said, I wanted to say I can no more move, and he just came in, and I wanted to change her clothes. And she was in the diapers I made already, but not finished the clothes, and then I could no more move myself. I could only move the eyes and breathe, but no more open the mouth, and no more speak, and no more move. Like they tried to kill me there, or I had a heart attack, I don't know. And he came in and said, I go to the airport to bring the Susan to the airport, and I'm back in the evenings. And he came back at 8 o'clock in the evening, and then he came in and opened the house, still here. And I wanted to say, yeah, I couldn't move the whole day. Are you still here? Oh, are you still here? Do you not cook now? Do you not think it's now time to cook the dinner? And I said, yes, of course, I do the dinner. And then we never talk again over these things. Oh, it is. And I think that day could also be that other Marilyn he saw again went in the hospital. Maybe they sold that Marilyn to the Philippines, or I really don't know. I don't fucking know. It's just like they took out of my heart a part of it, and this is flying around in the air. I don't know. I just feel no more so complete. It's like it was my life, but something is missing. You have the puzzle and it all flying around, but you cannot make the whole picture. Still not. But I'm happy when I see that girl is happy, but when I see about that girl that I left in the hospital all alone without mommy and daddy, then I feel so guilty. But I should no more feel guilty, because all these people, my mom came in the hospital and I told her, do we not, there's another girl, there's a twin girl. We need to take that girl also home from the hospital. And she said, no, you are stupid, you are crazy. You cannot steal children. I said, no, it's my child. I give birth to the child. And then she said, yeah, but no, look at the arm. Look, there is another name. That's Chiara Mia Mare. And I said, yeah. Then I didn't realize that I gave that name. In that moment, I did. And then I said, yes, oh, yeah, it's another name. Then it's another girl. In that moment, something happened to me that I didn't realize I gave this name. When they asked, is that after birth really, what would be the name of your child if that after birth would be a child? And I said, Chiara Mia Mare. But then when my mom said, look, there is another name, it's not Kristen. If that's your child, then that would be Kristen, of course. And then I could no more say something, and I said, but it's my child. And then she said, no, you are crazy. You are a crazy, really, really damaged brain, crazy woman. It's not your child. But it was, but she could not know that I gave that name, that he did not accept that other girl. He said only, I have only one girl. But behind, I don't know what happens then all. Besides that, they were a normal family and that children grow normally. And here is ending the album also. I don't show more. I still have more photographs and pictures, but that's then up to Marilyn. And she wants now the album. She doesn't want that I show that ever again. So till Christmas, I must do a second album for me. That will be the challenge. Please forgive me if I'm no more so much online now, because at Christmas she wants this album. I have to give it to her, otherwise I'm like my mom, so I have to do an album for me, my memories. I have not so much time till Christmas is short. I have to do also other things, all the reparations here. They always make pressure, but I still have not to work. I can just do these things. So I do it, okay? So please forgive me. They don't want that I ever show that again. I will have to give only this, and I have to make another for me, a copy. So yeah, her birthday would be the same like Marilyn's. But it could also be, that's maybe maybe God really want. I really tried to do that cake today and to show that earlier. Maybe God really wanted to show me something, because we know the birth, exactly birth, not date, the birth date we know, but the hour we know. When she came 5/4/11, but night, in the night. And then the afterbirth came later. So it could be that the other girl, the Chiara, Myanmar would, birthday date would be different, would be the 28th. Like we have now 28th, 0:30, 0:30. So it could be exactly that she came then to that, exactly now will be the birthday time of the second child. That could be that her birthday would be the 28th of November. But they all are the same sign like me. Schütze. This is not Sagittarius. What is the fucking name of that I show you? What I will buy more of that. Just to show you, I need to learn that. I learned once a whole day only that name. And then still I forgot it, and now I don't find it. Where is this now? Ah, here. I never know the name. A huntsman. But normally it's on a horse. I must buy these signs, and this must be my Christmas gift for her, for both. I will buy 3, one for me, one for them. Because we are all I'm also born on 12th December, and that would be our sign, you know, the Schütze, the huntsman. But normally it would be a woman on a horse. That's the sign of our birthday when we are born. This is a funny angel here. We need a better one. I will need a better one. I will buy 3 of them. That will be the Christmas gift from me. If Goda, I don't know, I buy 4 ones. If Goda, I want to say her, if she would be like not the girl that I gave birth, but if my Marilyn had to die to save her life, she can nothing for it, because she was also a victim. God was also a victim, that's clear. She was found in this earth. Jesus saved her. And then this Jesus would have killed my Marilyn, I guess. Or not the Jesus, but all the people would have killed my Marilyn, but I would forgive the God. She can nothing for it. And I feel like that my Marilyn would say the same, that I feel love. I feel the same love as if she was my child. So for me, it doesn't matter. I studied now these whole days over this. If she's the real Chiara mia amore, or the Marilyn, or the change, or whatever, or if she's a completely other person that had an accident and they took the scalp to save her face. They took the face, only the skin and the hair from my Marilyn. Then a part of my Marilyn, or a part of my Chiara mia amore, of my Chiara, I say now only Chiara, mia amore will be the last name like this. Then a part of the skin and the hair of my Chiara would live further, still live on the Gorda. Maybe it's still the same person. Maybe she had here an explosion in there. I had 2 days ago. I'm not deaf, and my mom always wanted to make money by giving me that thing here in the ear, which all people have, which can no more hear so good. Because I also don't hear so good in one ear, and they just pressed it in, and it feels like they just did it in once behind my back when I was sleeping, I don't know, and that I felt like this was exploding, and you could hear like something was rolling in my ear and making that. Maybe this happens to that Gorda, but she doesn't know. The handy exploded or something exploded in her, and then the face got like this, and then they, to recover her, they took the skin of my Marilyn or of my Gorda, we don't know, of my Chiara, to save the Gorda. For me, that doesn't matter. I love Gorda like she was Chiara. She can accept me or not. I can also live with that she hates me, or that she doesn't want to have something to do with me. I just saw once her story that she was searching who she was, who her family was, why, what was happening to her, why she was found in the desert. It's an old story. She was on her mother and happy life. And when I read that, I just said, oh, that's like fitting. That's like fitting. Could be the puzzle. So I just wanted to say these things and leave that now up to God, up to them. I just did my part. And for me, I would just make this like I did now. 27th is the birthday of the firstborn child. This would be called Marilyn, but I don't know if that is really my Marilyn. They could also have changed, because they looked very the same for me. Just they made ones then that ball. I'm not even sure if in the first night they looked the same, and only later they had this big ball here like that, you know, because at home also once I had like a child that had that, like cancer. Maybe they changed children after that, Susan and my husband, and brought one's home and the other home, and I don't know. Very funny situation. Oh, we have some different lights. Can you hear it? But I don't really need a light. I just wanted to become more professional. I hope I cannot stop it. Hey, it's only a little bit too much. Yeah, I don't need that light, but I cannot. So now it's really late, become late, and I will do the birthday cake and all that tomorrow. I will do that tomorrow. I'm sorry, I now have no more. So one girl could have been birthday today, 28th, so I have still a whole day to make again the cupcakes. This time you can watch me doing cupcakes, and this, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. This is a receipt I changed, but the ground receipt, or I don't know if there are owner rights, so I would just do it. But I'm not allowed to say how much and how much I'm out of this. So just you can just see how I do it, but I don't say the recipe. I don't want to get problems with the owners. It's something else when I'm making a recipe of the school book from Switzerland. That school book, and my children would also go here, have the right to go to school here. So I think I have the right from the school book from Switzerland, which I had when I went to school, to show them recipes out of that school book. But the cupcake recipe is, which I find the best, is out of the internet. And so I anyway changed it a little bit. I changed all the recipes somehow, but I still don't dare to really give the recipe out. I don't want to get legal problems for this. But the recipe of the school books, I should be allowed to say. The same is with the other cake. The recipe I also will just do, but not show the recipe, because it is, I can make advertising though. It is a recipe out of a book I bought, and these are owner rights. There we get problems when I show that. I just say I can just recommend that book for cakes. From Betty Bossy, and here you can have all my favorite cakes, or a little bit from here. The lemon cake, for example, is super. This one, but I can only recommend that you buy such a book, that you buy your own book like this, you know. They're making even, they really explain like a school book how to do everything. You can even see birthday, wedding cakes in here. But I recommend every woman. I can only recommend the Betty Bossy books. I love this. I have also from Fish and everything, which I never did. Yeah, I did somehow. There are a lot of that series. And I learned to cook a little bit with these books, but also with the school books. But I'm not allowed I'm not allowed to show recipes out of that. So tomorrow I will just bake the cake. Anyways, I have always I change a little bit how I do. There or the cakes always like too less for me. They're always too less. I make other thing. Most of the time I make more because I have maybe bigger forms. I don't know, but that's for me. I will do cupcakes and do the cake, but not show the recipe, you know, because of the rights, okay? Because this is not out of the school book. I show now where. In the internet you find recipes, good recipes of cupcakes and Streuselkuchen also. But Streuselkuchen is allowed from my Oma. I can show once to do this. I even change a little bit. And I can only recommend the Betty Bossi. But I don't know if there are also Betty Bossis in English. I talk today now only in English because my girls understand English. And the Chiara will also understand English. If she also understands German, I don't know. Could be that she can ask herself if she would understand Swiss German, because when she was my child, in the maybe she heard my voice and I was talking, Hoi, wie geht's dir? Ja, ist das süß? Das Kindli ist ja noch herzig. When she can understand this, or she feels like, oh, that Swiss German, that like she knows that. It's like I have memories that as a child so many other language songs sing for me, that for baby songs. Baby songs, it could be like from the gypsy people, or it was very another language, and the man sang for me so songs, baby songs. I have memories from this. I would recognize, oh, that I know. And maybe she has that when I say, hi, Marilynli, goodie feine bananli, wie ich goodie feine bananli. And I also gave them bananli, and I would talk like this, you know, and not English. English is completely another voice, it sounds completely different when I'm talking in English. Or German is also different. Hallo, wie geht es euch? Das ist, I did not talk in German, I did talk Swiss German. And this is, hoi, wie geht's heute? Ja, wir haben ein schönes Tagli. Ja, nein, aber auch, die Bananen, I don't know what to say. It's Swiss German, you know. Maybe that like this, when she suddenly have the feeling that Swiss German would make something in her, then she could be one of these children. Chiara or Marilyn, or God, it could be that Chiara or that Marilyn. We don't even know. Because now new memory comes that really I once saw them both looking the same, and that cancer injection they did later, you know, with an injection they can make, fat injection they can make here, that one looks ugly. That's what I think my mom and my dad did when they came in the hospital. And I was bounded on that bed, and they said, now quick, now we must hurry up. We have only a short time, quick, we must do quick. And they were not even allowed to come in the hospital. I did not allow that they come in that hospital, but they didn't, I could recognize their voice. So, I'm now tired. My life goes on, her life goes on too. I can live with that. I will always make birthday cake on the 28th, 7th, and maybe 28th. So we have 2 birthdays. We're making that today then. But now I'm watching a little bit TV. Or shall I do the cakes right now? Maybe I just need a rest. A cigarette, a coffee. I want to look a little bit TV. Maybe I'll come back later. Or shall I do now? We have so much people. Only sleep so much now. But see. Yes, we can be friends, Martina. Like, yeah, we can be friends, of course. Are you not yet my Facebook friend? You can ask a Facebook friend. I can accept. Of course, we can be Facebook friends. Yes, hi, and thank you for watching. You can just ask if you can be Facebook friends, and I accept. I'm always looking different, okay? Don't be shocked. This is a week, because I had once that bovine lesion, but now since 5 years. And my hair is growing. I don't know if you want to see or not. It's just that you recognize me. You see, I don't have hair all over, and the shape of my head is also changed, because with 14 I fell on my head out of the 7th floor. In our family I have a lot of these accidents. You see, it's not looking so nice, okay? But I have hair, it's growing again. This is already an effort. I just wanted to show that without losing my hair, that I was once a beautiful woman, and I had long hair and I had black hair. But if I would have made them blonde, I would have looked like this. But I look all the time different, because I'm just wearing wigs to be protected, because people from the government were throwing ticks at me, and sometimes we had lice also, and someone hit my head, and I lost hair from the bovine lesion. I don't want to get bovine lesion again, and this is protection for me, wearing wigs. So I have hair. I have a little bit now a smaller head than I had then, because of that accidents I all had, and someone put acid here on the head, and now here is, I lost some part of my head. It's so dramatical, but it's not that I'm gaga. It's just happening and happening and happening in my life, these dramatical things. But that's why I'm wearing a wig. But in the Facebook, I'm always, I know I'm also like an art Schauspieler. I always look different. But that is now my right, and that is now the pleasure of all that very bad things happenings. This is the only good thing. Like this is standing to my girls. They have all Gorda, all Carmen, Gorda, Marilyn. They all have long hair like this. Gorda has the longest hair, just black. I also had this hairstyle till I had too much stress and bovine lesion. Then I had to cut and cut and cut, shorter and shorter, till I lost the hair, and now it's grown. I had fighted 5 years against cancer in the uterus, and I had to take that out and the egg and make operations and things. And 5 years I fight it, also no more, now maybe 10 years I fighting against bovine lesion. You can look that up what it is. It's nothing funny, and I always think it's now gone, but then it come back, like cancer can also come back. That is with diseases, you know, no one is sure against that. Cancer everyone can get, bovine lesion also everyone can get, and you can think now, oh, now I'm healthy, but it can come back. It can come back, and this happens with me with the bovine lesion. And that's why I have to throw away these wigs. I wear them about 3 months, not really longer, and then I throw them away. Also hot, or I have to put them in the freezer, or I have to cook them out over 60 degrees to be sure that the bovine lesion is not coming back. That you also have to wash the bed and the clothes, just, yeah. And that is why I have sometimes different wigs. They are not, I cannot afford the very, very expensive ones. Then I just look which one are cheap now. So for 7 francs, 10 francs, 20 francs, I cannot afford 300 francs, 500 francs. I'm so thankful that I get wigs, and I just take the ones I can afford. I have still the hot though. I am sometimes I really love wigs. The ones when I played the Snow White was black hair but very beautiful. I really miss it. I could never afford a same one again. I never found it even again. That was really a beautiful one. But also there, you know, when it starts to scratching and so, I just have to throw it away. I cut it, even that no one takes it out of the trash and tries to take it on. No one should wear my wigs. because they can get the Bovinlichen then too. So that's also maybe why I'm allowed to live really alone or have to live alone, and I did not go to horses, because horses also can get Bovinlichen, cows also can get that. It can go from the cows to the human and from the human to them. So I did not horse riding, not go in the cows to the cows. But my dogs are fine. My dog have all the hair. They cannot get that. That is the good thing. I have the more expensive dogs, the dogs which have also not loss of hair, not like cats losing hair all the time. My dogs not. My dogs but cost more money. They are 2,000, 2,500 one dog. I got one cheaper because he was fallen from the balcony from when he was very baby. So she gave me this one cheaper because he has that eyes. It looks always like he was bleeding out of the ear and the eyes. It's just like a vampire dog. It fits to me. I fall off the balcony when I was a child twice in the school and from the second floor like he. So we have the same history, my dog and me. That's why we fit. I just want to say the Maltese dogs, they don't lose hair and they are good for allergiker. And they are also good for when you have Bovinlichen, because they cannot get it and give it back. They cannot have that. So I have the right dogs. They are with me all the time. And now, I don't know if I should do the cupcakes. No, we do that tomorrow morning. But in the night there are more people here, huh? Shall I do it right now? But I don't feel like now I'm... Maybe the cupcakes. But the other one I have already opened, the buttercream. No, we do that tomorrow morning, okay? I look now that what I shall do. Yeah, we do. We have so many people who watching. I never had so many people watching me, so we do that right now. We do the cupcakes. Still on the birthday. I get the Schürze. I don't need. It's still wet. I was also washing that. Okay, we do cupcakes. I just have to check now if I have everything I need for doing this. Oh, I must now see them. Wait a moment. Oh, I have it. I don't have it. Oh, that's... See, I'm now not prepared to do it. I just was cleaning and cleaning. Now I don't know where the recipe is. And I'm then like, I don't know where it is now. I also don't see anything. I don't have my glasses. My mini glasses. Like this, I'm like a blind chicken, you know, like a blind chicken. I don't know where it is. But I cannot do it. No, people, I'm so sorry, but... Okay. I just must read myself. If I have enough. Butter, sugar, flour. Yeah, we should do that. You should be able to do it. Okay. Make a cupcake. And I must take first that here out again. This out. This is why I say, sometimes I do my things, but how I do it, that is the question. It's like now, a chicken that, or like a doll that, it's just, so I have to take this out. This will be for this is the muscat. Then I can say what we need is butter, sugar, vanilla sugar, salt, egg, milk, flour, and you can choose fruits of your choice. I don't put fruits in. I love this. That is my recipe. Almonds. I love the bittermandel almonds taste. That is what I love the most. And the good thing about the cupcake is you don't have to split the egg. You can just put the whole egg in. That's why it goes easy. It's a and I all over or like this. You need a pan, a little one, and the butter needs 60 grams. I melt the butter. It's also when you have not a machine like I have now a long time not have had it, then it is important. Well, just easy if you always melt the butter, then you can hand mix it easier. Now I'm in the good situation that I have again this. This is brand new. I just tried it out one time. It's brand new and I love it. I love it really. I love it. So we take butter a little bit, just butter. Melt the butter, and then we can already make the sugar. About sugar, I'm not allowed to say how much. You can show up and you can look up a recipe on your own in the internet. There are about muffins. This here is the Swiss milk cupcake rose. You can look it up yourself. That is allowed. And I need the sugar. About this, so maybe it's like a cup. It could be a cup. Yeah. In one egg now, one egg sugar. And muffins is also something very good for birthdays. You know, because children can have them easy in the hands, and you can portion them, so you can make a lot of muffins. And if they not all get eaten, you can put them in the freezer and take them out later for breakfast, for whatever. Muffins are always also good to give the children to eat. And it looks also beautiful, you know. I have still that here. I bought that very cheap. You can even make that yourself, the muffin for the muffin. That's thing. Wait, I'm coming. Look, this, I could buy this. You can put that together. It's only made out of cartoon, but now we have really a little bit problems to bring that together. It's made out of cartoon. You can buy that. It's not so. See, you could even do that yourself. And here is the little cut, and then you put it here. But it's made out of cartoon, and it's beautiful, you know, for a children's party, for a children's birthday party. This is cool. Yeah, and it can be done itself. It is, you know, see, you can put that, you must make here the cut a little. My daughter could do it. You can easily storage it. I don't know. I don't want to break it though, you know. We must, here you must cut a little bit. Here is a little hole. There is a little hole in the middle. Here also, and then here is a cut, and here is a cut, and here, and then you make it like that, that it's holding. So I wanted to give it to my daughter, but she didn't want it, so she left it to me, so I can do this, reuse it every year again. The cake we make tomorrow. Okay. Should also not be done with the cheese. I have no long nails. This is 1 use sugar. I always take, for example, more than they say. And look, but now I don't take more. I take the almonds. I don't get this out. Where is it? Where is it? I'll put it here somewhere. Like the blind chicken. Yeah, I don't see. This can also, I heard once that the whole family died because of this. Because chiancoli is made of almonds. I don't know if you know this, but let's talk about it. Because once we heard that whole Italian family died from, and they thought it was murder, and then they found out they died after a birthday party. Whole family was there and eat the cake, all the same cake, and all died. And then they found out that this bitter almond oil was in the cake. And I'm also baking with it often. I love it, but it could be, if the bitter of the almonds have been already gone, already over the date, over the limit. I don't know how, but they become like chiancoli. They become then poison. So always my family says don't use bitter almond, and I use it, but I eat that now myself and I use it. But I say to you, you must think about it. Is a little risk. There is a risk in using it. We can start a discussion over how big could be the possibility that it's poison. I just love it so much that I use it, but not the whole, you know. Oh, now I already did too much. Only from that little one, only very, very few. I take only a few. But a few poison can also poison, you know. You must, it's like chiancoli is such a strong poison. I just heard that once, that the whole family died. And this is not in the cupcake thing here. It's not in this recipe. It's not original recipe. Like I said, I always make actually my own recipes. I always make my own how I want. I just take the ground a little bit And that, and also I was happy that I didn't film yesterday because something happens. Like now I melted the butter, then you don't see that anymore, but it's still warm. And then I put like a plastic thing, but a big thing there, and then that melted, and that was smelling so bad, you know. Now one egg. Always when you do an egg, don't just throw it in the pot. Take a cup, because it could be gone. It could smell, you know. When you work on the farm like I did, it could be, you smell. It smells bad, and egg is over the limit, you know. But it can happen. So don't throw it in the draft. We learned that also in the school. Always take the time, put the egg first in a cup, and then you can put it in if it smells good. And now we can it's looking good. It's with this, I think it's not even so strong, but it's already good. Now comes milk, a cup of milk, not a whole cup. I have now no milk at home. I should not drink too much milk. I'm lactose intolerant, but I have, because a lot of recipes, use this. Now I'm searching it. I use the milk. I make the milk now is this. Then I need hot milk. It is instant milk, you know. So that was helping me so often. When I have nothing at home, then I have this. You can make waffles for breakfast. I have no bread anymore, but it goes better with hot, a little bit hot water. And it's, anyway, it's so good because it's sweet. I love this milk. The Kinderschokolade is also made with this. I will make a lot of sweets with this. It saves my day so often. My goodness, it's also good. I always do more than only milk. Then you have some very tasty sweets in to drink. Maybe now it's already too sweet. Very, very, very tasty. I love this milk. get oxidant. For this, you have that. What I did now is not good, you know. You must just show it. Don't make oxidants. If you have, use this. Exactly the children and people. See, you must use this, so you should not go with the spoon inside. That should be clear. When you go inside, then you have an oxidant that turns and the spoon is inside, and then something happens. If the children does not go with the hand inside, you have this protection here. You just show it. If you have it, use it. Yeah. A little bit. This is super. I could buy them. They are for cupcakes. You cannot just take paper. Don't children or women or some people who never bake. This is looking like paper, okay? But you cannot just take paper. Then in the oven, that would burn. That would burn because you must buy really for cupcakes the cupcake things which is made for making cupcakes and which does not burn in the oven. It looks great and you can buy it. I don't know where I bought it. Could buy it because I liked it so much. It's golden inside. And then I thought I'd just buy them because they're looking so good. We have here cupcakes 12. Is that 12? 6. So 12. I love them, but you can only use them then one time and they get a little bit burn on the rand. But you must make sure that you buy the right things. If you're not sure, ask the people, okay? Ask if it's for cupcakes, if it's for the oven. There are also other silicone forms or baking forms. I didn't want to show it. I feel a little bit ashamed, but I use them often. They're already a little bit old and they get so a little bit colored. These silicone baking forms are really good. I have the roses. When you have iron, you must make melted butter inside and flour inside that it gets out. But this silicone is super. You can get it out easily. Now I take that because the roses you saw there. Or shall you also do like yesterday? I can also do that. Do 6 of this and 6 of this with this form. We must now do the also. I do here also. In the silicone form, butter, melted butter must go inside. Melt a little bit butter, only a little bit. Silicone forms are great, but they look old quickly. They are looking so used. You can also take iron forms. You must just treat them the way I do now the silicone forms. I do all, just melt some butter. Use this. And flour it out. And cupcake is an easy recipe. Everyone can do. And then we bake it at 180 degrees. or 20 minutes. And that is the difficult part. You don't know how often I made something in the night. And the child had rest the next day or so. And then I was tired. And there I sit in front of the TV. It's only, you know, it's only some steps. And then I slept in front of the TV, and then I wake up and it already smelled burnt. And I have clock, and now I have also a clock here, but that clock doesn't show anymore. It's old, you know. The clock doesn't, you don't see the numbers anymore. And maybe it doesn't work anymore. I need a new clock. But it's a good idea to buy, that clock where you can say 20 minutes. So I set in front of the oven, and then I do a coffee for me and a cigarette, and then I wait that 20 minutes better, because otherwise it will burn. That's currying, and now not boiling curry. This was my problem, not the Tourette syndrome, it's just being tired, or I don't know, interested in the TV. Then I looked series, and it got sometimes really, it's like devilish. I got sometimes so interested in the TV, and I felt so tired to stand up. I don't know why. That was always the difficulty in baking. Okay, that, I love it. Already that goes here. We butter it out. Butter. Did I do that already? And here is more important, here in the silicone. That you get that nice roses. Oh, my hair. Now I have to do the toaster. So when my hair is here inside the butter, then I have to do I have to do toasters. But you need to, it's nothing because I'm arrogant, it's because I don't want to eat hair, you know, I don't want to eat hair. So my hair must be behind here. That's why I did cut my hair when I really was a farm wife, and I had 3 children, and we had to do the farm and a lot of work. Then I cut my hair short and shorter and shorter, and I should not, then I lost. And you saw that Susan girlfriend then, she had long black hair. And I can just recommend to all ladies that gave birth lately to a child, don't cut the hair. You can do this, bind it, but don't cut the hair. You lose the man. You're losing the man when you cut the hair. I also do this now. I also bind my hair, you know. I was once working as a saleswoman in a bakery, and we also had to always have the hair tied here, that the hair goes not in the food. And it makes sense, because it's really not good when you eat food. But don't lose the man, don't lose the hair, don't lose the hair, don't cut the hair, young women. Because the man married a woman with long hair, And then the woman cuts the hair, and that's a completely other type of human. Now I lost the earring, you see. Making tostos, I lost my earring. Not funny, I'm no more used in tostos. Anyway. And then I go in a bordel to find again a woman with long hair. And often that woman that works in the bordels are all women have only hair wigs on, like I have now. So, but the young ladies, I don't know why, it goes all the same, story goes always the same. The man marries a woman with long hair. As soon as he is married, the hair is gone. Not with the sin, she's not gone with the sin, she's gone with the haircut. She's gone with the hair. He is gone with the haircut. Yeah, after the haircut, he's gone. That was the case. Susan had long black hair, like Gora has hair till the ass, you know. And I had suddenly hair like a man, and then he thought, oh, am I gay? Did I not marry a woman? I have now a man. I wake up, I married a woman and wake up now as a man. Ooh, I'm gay. And then they get problems, you know, they get problems. They cannot deal that. Yeah, maybe. And there are always that evil mothers or that evil friends who say, we should do a change, a style change of your clothes or of your hair. You should need a hair or another hard color. There are Hollywood films about that also, that the devil comes always and with that. And then you put flour inside, you know, you take that, you put flour inside, and then you make this. And so it's like playing in the sand. And then it comes out like this. So first you have the butter inside and then the flour. And you do that also with the big torten. With the spring form you have also to do this. And I do it there now also with them because maybe we can reuse it, but I don't think they can always burn that. It's like in the sound. And also here, that silicone. So you have then the nice shape I put in the flour and I put that here. And in my face a little bit. Ooh. When you have no makeup and you want to be a vampire looking like this, you know, then make that. So now I'm a vampire. That was now for fun, okay? We need a fun factor. We need some fun. And we make no more fun. Once, I always let my children really do these things, you know, they enjoy really helping mommy. And always when we were baking cake, a man would call and he wanted, from the financial people, they wanted that we give them their money. And I said, hey, I'm a farm wife. I have not money to give to you. All money goes direct in the farm again back, you know. You need to buy food for the cows, food for the chicken. When we get money, that goes always out again. And they say, no, you must become rich. You must give us the money to become rich and blah, blah. And it was really fine. And I was at that phone and the children were in the kitchen with all that flour here. And I had that off and they went, and the whole kitchen was like explosion, was there full of flour, you know. When I came back from the telephone, and they enjoyed it, you know. I got quiet. I was on the phone. It was so quiet, and I come in the kitchen, all sit there. But they enjoyed this so much, like playing in the sand, like playing on the beach, you know. It was for them that. I know that my nerves were gone then, you know, gone with the nerves, gone with the nerves. Then the man comes in. Now you should explain that what is not to explain how to. Then a man came in and said, "Why it's all white?" And I said, "Oh, we made a renovation. Ta-da! Now it's all white again." Now I put in some more milk, I believe, because I love the milk too much. Now I have to put in more of this flour, and then it's no more white, and I should also put a little bit more butter. I should not do that. Let's put in a little bit of this. Don't know how it works, but yeah, it shouldn't be too fluid. Maybe. And I put in some more baking powder. It goes really. And ta-da. Yeah, not so much. And it goes besides, not in. That's what I mean. That always happens to me. That exactly working is difficult. That happens, see, and then I do this, and that maybe not correct. I don't know how the baker makes it. I don't know. Maybe with a knife. And then I most of the time eat it. Like now. That's why I didn't want to film it. But the people say, "Oh, you bought then that shit, you didn't do it." That's me. No, things like that is. The reason I don't want to show is because of things like this. Here it is somehow. This needs some concentration. Get this out here.